Hello everyone, I'm making a GTA 4 video update. This is pretty much a sequel to my earlier video where I showed how GTA 4 Grand Theft Auto 4 ran on my old computer. While the CPU and the amount of RAM has remained the same, I did upgrade my graphics card from a 6150 SC, which could barely run the game at all, to a 9600 GT NVIDIA, and the game runs much better. I'm going to start it at the same spot I started my other video from the beginning, so you could see the improvements. The game runs very well. Here's the intro. Everything runs really well.
What are you doing? Dave, it was coming. Ignore it.
Remember in the last video you couldn't even see the boat, but now everything is just fine. So I'm gonna skip this because it's just a cutscene and cut to the actual gameplay. As you can see, it's gonna be with no lag. If it seems a little slow, it's because my camera's kind of cheap. It's a digital camera, but see, everything runs very well. You can drive around, no problem. Everything's running really smoothly, probably like a solid 30 frames per second, if not more. I mean, it's surprising how much of a difference a graphics card can make.
What? Where are you going, cousin? Nico,
see? No problem. These are the settings I'm running at. If you can't see, I'll try to come a little closer. The resolution is 1440 by 900 at 60 Hz. Aspect ratio is on auto, medium, high, 25, 50, 10, 0 on off. And I have it on minimum spec audio. These are medium settings, not high settings, but again, my CPU is below the recommended requirements, so this is actually pretty good. I'm going to load a save game because just to see how it runs, not in the beginning. Loading. I've already beaten the game twice, but I had to restart because I had to reinstall the game at one point. As you can see, no problem. Everything runs really well. This is with the third patch. The other video was without any patches whatsoever. This is with the third patch, so that's why it's running so well, and another reason why it is. You can see I just fell out of my car like an idiot. Okay. Now I'm going to switch to other settings to show you how it runs. So let's go on minimum. This is lowest resolution, low, off, low, off, low. View distance to 0 or to 1. Detail distance to 1. Vehicle density to 1. Everything else. My monitor is having trouble adjusting to the low resolution. I'm gonna bump up the resolution just a tiny bit because it has trouble on the lowest resolution. See, it runs a bit smoother. Like I could tell that it's running a bit smoother, but I mean, it's not really a difference that's worth the low settings. And now on maximum settings. Okay, so I restarted the game, and now as you can see I have everything on its maximum setting, highest, very high, etc, etc. It's taking up a lot of memory, but the game actually doesn't lag at these settings. It just doesn't load a lot of things. It takes a really long time to render in textures and buildings, but it doesn't really lag. It just runs like normal, see? I mean, it is lagging a tiny bit. It lasts about 5 frames per second, but right now it looks the same. But if you start driving around at a really high speed or flying around, it's gonna not load buildings, and it is lagging right now. But again, I'm only running at a dual-core CPU with only 2 GB of RAM and a pretty good graphics card, so it's gonna lag. I've noticed as I played around with the settings that the things that make it lag the most are these things right here, the view distance and the vehicle density. Those are the things that really make it lag, which just goes to show that it's my CPU that's bottlenecking my graphics card. Anyway, I'm going to go back to medium settings, and I guess I'll have to leave textures on high because it's not gonna go. Okay, so I brought it back to medium settings. I started the game. Everything's on medium. As you can see, no problem. The game runs well. So, I mean, if you're reading on the forums that graphics card doesn't really make a difference, it's actually a lie. Graphics card can make a huge difference. You can see I went from 2 frames per second with not being able to see anything to a solid 30 with being able to see pretty far. I haven't, in this particular save game, I have not unlocked Algonquin yet, which is Manhattan, so I can't really get in the helicopter and fly around, and I don't want to use cheats, so I can't show you that, but I will in a future video perhaps. The reason I'm using a digital camera and not Fraps or another recording programs to record is because those programs tend to really lag up my game. I don't know why, they just do. So I just want to use a digital camera to show you guys that how it truly runs without any video recording programs to interfere with it. As you can see, like I said, no problem. Game runs great. It ran pretty well with the second patch too, but the third patch really fixed the minor details and made it run perfectly, pretty much. Anyway, hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, anything you want to do, and see you guys next time.